What's going on, crypto people? Let's freaking go. Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is a digital asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each and every one of you. I'm excited for you. Why? Because you're an early adopter in this new asset class that is called the digital asset space. Executive orders got signed today, I believe. It got signed today. Interesting stuff. I wasn't excited about it. Until I read Brad Garlinghouse's tweet about it, got a little bit more excited about it. So I think this is a big step forward for what we're looking to get, which is clarity and kind of acknowledging that this asset class, this new asset class, which is called the digital asset space, is here to stay. And that essentially is what the executive order coming from the US is saying, acknowledging that crypto is here to stay, that the US will not be left behind, quote unquote, right? And now they want to kind of do their regulating thing. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to go on with exchanges if hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend is given the authority to do so. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how it goes. But just the acknowledgement, I'll share a tweet with you from State Street, apparently, from Blockworks, talking about State Street getting into the custody of crypto as well. That's a big, big deal. Sorry, guys. So listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news. And around 0 to 10 minutes, let me refresh. The total cryptocurrency market cap, according to CoinGecko, is up 7.9%. Interesting. On 24 hours, it's up to 1.94 trillion, but we're not at 3 trillion like we were, right? Bitcoin dominance, not great, 21.5%, not great number for the altcoins. Ethereum is at $2,747. Binance Coin's $395, and XRP is at 76, almost 77 cents. Terra Luna is in the green on the 7-day now, up 12%. It's at $100. So this news definitely sparked the Bitcoin, obviously, price for sure. With its executive order, there's still some a bunch of 7-day red, double-figure red numbers. Solana's still down 10% at $88. Cardano is still down 11.2% at 85 cents. For double-figure reds, another double-figure red is Shiba Inu. It's down to 24,000 satoshis, down 10%. So still a lot of red in the market, guys. Still a lot of red in the freaking market. What else should I talk about here? Stellar is at 18.6% cents. Cool. Hedera hash graph for the metaverse and fans, 21 cents. Decentraland is down 11% still. It's $2.52. And Axie Infinity is down 14.8% at $48. Axie Infinity at $48. So guys, listen, the market is doing what the market does, as we like to say. But the word on the street is the new executive order that came out. Jimmy James filing put this out here. The XRP community, XRP Ripple, SS Freeman, she did something, she tweeted about this as well. Below is the executive order on ensuring responsible development of digital assets. It says, thanks, Susan. So maybe Susan was the first one to kind of put it out. I did see a tweet from her. So executive order on ensuring responsible development of digital assets, right? So that's the acknowledgement that it's here to stay. And we want to make sure that it grows responsibly. So, yeah. In any case, it is out. This is a quote. This is part of the, I'll share it with you. The United States has an interest in responsible financial innovation, expanding access to safe and affordable financial services, and reducing the cost of domestic and cross-border funds transfers and payments, including through the continued modernization of public payment systems. That's all cool. I was not excited about what they were kind of saying with CBDCs, but I'm imagining it won't really truly matter. Here is the executive order on ensuring responsible development of digital assets. Look, it's a bunch of stuff here. I'm glad that the order is out. I'm glad that they came up with something that certainly is a positive, because again, I think the world looks at the US and says they are embracing and acknowledging that this technology, that this space, the digital asset space, which I believe is a new asset class, is here to stay. We must protect the United States in global financial stability and mitigate systemic risk. Some digital asset trading platforms and service providers have grown rapidly in size and complexity and may not be subject to or in compliance with appropriate regulation or supervision. That if I was an exchange, I would be worried about it. DeFi platforms, they're going to try to get these DeFi platforms to come in and be quote unquote registered and being in compliance, and all of this stuff that the US likes to do, so they can get their coffers on in the guise of compliance and protecting consumers, which is just, to me, this one of the biggest jokes ever. Just like the FDIC is one of the biggest guys and jokes ever in terms of saying that your money is financially and federal deposits are actually insured. It's just a joke. But in any case, it is what it is with the US and the US dollar currently. That's just kind of what it is. The world kind of waits around to see what the US will do. And so this is kind of a blessing in the space, and they're saying that they're going to regulate it. It's going to be interesting to see how they choose to regulate this. The United States must ensure appropriate controls and accountability for current and future digital asset systems to promote high standards for transparency, privacy, and security, including through regulatory, governance, and technological measures that counter illicit activities and preserve or enhance the efficacy of our national security tools. So we must reinforce United States leadership. We must reinforce United States leadership in the global financial system and in technological and economic competitiveness, including through the responsible development of payment innovations and digital assets. So again, this is great for the overall picture. I do not believe for 1 second that it's about you and I as individual retail investors. I don't believe that for a second. But at least the United States government is acknowledging that, again, publicly now, that they, look, we figured out we can't stronghold this technology. We can't keep it under wraps, right? So if we can't beat them, we might as well join them and embrace it. So at least it's doing that, because this, now US companies are saying, look, the government executive orders out, and they're going to begin to become more comfortable with getting involved, right? The United States capital market and their companies will see this as a positive move for sure. Let me share a tweet, if I can find it, from Brad Garlinghouse on this. This is from Brad Garlinghouse. Like many of you, I thought the Biden administration's executive order would acknowledge crypto, but not detail specifics on next steps for regulation, and they did not detail specifics. However, I was pleasantly surprised and inspired by the executive order acknowledging the need for evolution and alignment of the government's approach to crypto. In other words, we can't have one individual agency, rogue agency like the SEC going out and doing whatever it thinks it should be able to do. So at least we'll be able to rein in the SEC. First and foremost, this is an affirmation that crypto is here to stay, just like I said. Thoughtful policy involves timely input from players, and there's a lot across the federal government. I don't want to mistake activity for progress, but this does feel like it could be a turning point. The White House finally says what we and the industry have been saying for years. If the United States wants to maintain its status as a responsible tech leader, it needs, excuse me, to provide a clear regulatory framework for an industry that's exploding in growth, 40 million Americans and counting. Years of damage done by the SEC's siloed regulation by enforcement approach can be undone through collaboration between all agencies. Ripple stands ready to educate and assist. If we are to catch up with the rest of the world, we need prompt and decisive action. And so I just, there is a point to this as well, is that just because the SEC is running around in their silo with doing regulation by enforcement, doesn't mean the other agencies like the CFTC, Consumer Protection, Financial Protection Bureau, all these other agencies agree with that approach. Now, with the president calling for, the interagencies coming together to collaborate on what's the best approaches, you can rein in a dude who has political aspiration. You can rein the dude in. And Susan Friedman, let's see if I have Susan's Friedman's thing here. I thought I did. But she weighed in. Let me see. Let me just do this. And said, this is a good first step. And this is the lady from Ripple as well, right? Let's see here. Head of public policy at Ripple. Excited to see the Biden administration's long-awaited executive order, that's an understatement, emphasizing interagency coordination and work on crypto. What shouldn't fall by the wayside? Existing legislative proposals that have already been thoroughly researched this tech with actual policy recommendation. What shouldn't fall by the wayside? Existing legislative proposals that have already thoroughly researched this tech with actual policy recommendations, right? These bills that have been introduced. Studies and reports alone without action do not necessarily equal progress. Several bills have been introduced in Congress that, if passed, could be vital for providing regulatory clarity through federal oversight of exchanges or clarifying SEC and CFTC jurisdictions. So the likes of Davidson and Tom Emmer and a couple others will be able to kind of move forward, I think, in getting these bills, instead of just, proposed, having them take a vote in both houses. So both places in Congress, I think it's important, the Senate and the House. It's been great to see growing bipartisan interest in this industry, but we need to move faster for the US to take advantage of the innovation and opportunity at hand. Just look at the EU. MICA could soon be passed this year. The US should not lose momentum on these issues, and I could not agree with her more. In fact, Senator Loomis is excited, right? It's been a long time coming, but my bill to fully integrate digital assets into our financial system is almost ready. I'm putting the final touches on it with some key advocates and partners in the Senate. But watch out for, it says, but watch out for an unveiling soon. So that's pretty cool. Thinking Crypto responded, can't wait to see the senators. Thank you. So more and more of these will come for sure. Oh yeah, we should definitely see that. And another thing that's just, look, the guys at places like, where is this? State Street kind of get the word on these things, right? As previously reported, State Street's global head, State Street is massive bank, right? Global head of digital had announced their intent to offer custody services, but without a date yet. Breaking, second largest custodian bank in the world, State Street to offer crypto custodial services for institutions by year end. That is a big, big deal. And look, little old Virginia passed a bill for banks in Virginia to custody crypto, as I covered that yesterday. State Street partners with Copper in a push for crypto custody. Rollout will be ready. Will be ready by year end, pending regulatory approval. Platform will enable the firm to hold various digital assets. State Street, baby. It's a big deal. State Street Corp is partnered with London-based Copper.co to offer custodial services on crypto for institutional customers. The Boston-based bank, expects to have the infrastructure enabling digital wallets, safekeeping services available to its institutional clients by the end of this year. Just one part of the firm's expansion into crypto that included launching a dedicated digital division in June. Today, we're talking custody, but the sky's the limit. This is Nadine Chakara, head of State Street Digital, said in an interview. Today, we're talking custody, but the sky is the limit. State Street's license agreement with Copper shows how the centuries-old firm is embracing crypto, using Copper's technology instead of repurposing the firm's legacy technology. The platform will also enable State Street to hold various digital assets beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum, including Cardano, Solana, and Polkadot for clients. The State Street had 43.7 trillion in assets under custody and administration and 4 trillion assets under management at the end of December. 43.7 trillion. Yeah, they know a little bit about custody, right? So that is very, very good news. Obviously, I won't be participating in any bank custody, but at least the powers that be are acknowledging this new asset class that is called the digital asset space. All right, guys, listen, I am going to end this video like I do all of my videos. It's been a really, really cool hang. And remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I are already winning. Have a great rest of the day, guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.